Recording started.
Okay, thanks. All right, so this is going to be 60 minutes of basics. So it's going to, run slow, but remember, I'm going to throw in some balances. I think I'll break down balancing poses a little bit. The thing about balancing poses is it makes you can get really heated. So if you're sitting there going, wow, I'm starting to sweat as soon as you start going into it, it's because it's a lot of work. So again, like I say every class, be careful, work within the parameters of what works for you. Be healthy enough to take this class, doctor's orders, all of that good stuff. All right, if you have any questions, you can turn on the audio in the chat after. Yes. Connie joining me today. Let's go ahead and start lying down. Just kind of get comfortable. So in the anger, they start with Shavasana lying down. Just close your eyes. We're going to feel the difference, how this pose feels at the beginning and how it'll feel at the end of about 60 minutes. Feel the breath move through your body. So we're going to start controlling the breath here. We're going to start to take longer inhales and exhales. And the visual for this, even though you're not having breath come through the bottoms of your feet, visualize it as if it were coming through the bottoms of your feet, working its way through your body on a full inhale. So you're going to feel your belly expand, your rib cage expand, still taking that deep inhale in as if it's going to shoot out the top of your head. And then once you reach the top of your inhale, start to fully exhale, starting from the top of your head, pressing that breath out, feeling your belly collapse down, pushing that breath out of the bottoms of your feet. Take another slow, deep inhale in, breathing through the whole body, feeling your diaphragm expand, the rib cage expand, working its way through the upper chest, through the throat, shooting out the top of your head. And when you reach that peak, instead of holding it, you're just going to start to slowly press that breath out, coming down, reversing the flow of the body, squeezing that full breath out. And then let it go. See how that's changed your normal breath. Awareness. Let's do that again. Full breath, starting from the bottoms of your feet. Feeling it work through your torso. Everything's expanding and feeling this life flowing through you as it shoots out the top of your head. And then full exhale. Just expelling everything out. And then let it go. Stretch your arms above your head. Point your feet. Really get this morning stretch in. And then start to try and take that left foot a little bit further as you move that right hand just a little bit up. And then just start to take and reverse with your right foot moving down even further as your left hand moves further up. Inhale, take that right hand up, left foot coming down. Exhale, just slight movements. Inhale with the right hand up, left foot coming down. Exhale, it's almost as if you're crawling up a wall backwards, right? Stretching it out, just almost micro movements. You're barely able, because you're already stretched out with your body. Reversing the inhales and exhales, so now inhaling with that left hand, and then just letting it go. And then taking your arms down, taking your feet, just bending them. And we're going to do micro movements with our belly, right? So it's kind of a little bit of core work here. What you're going to do is you're going to take a deep breath in and then start to contract on the belly as if you're trying to take your spine to kiss the floor. Hopefully it is. That lower back. And you're just going to hold it here for a second. And then exhale, release. And then you're going to start to tilt that pelvis floor down. So you're going to get a slight back bend in your lower back. No major work here. We're just taking it slow and easy as we take a full breath in, tilting our pelvis up to the sky. Just small movements here. So you're contracting the belly and then full exhale. So mini back bend. Normally I say not putting that back bend into your lower back, but you're not. Your legs are still working here. And you're feeling that coming down onto your sit bones almost, right? Inhale, contract the belly. Feeling that lower spine reaching through the floor. Tailbone's almost trying to scoop up and up towards the ceiling. And then exhale. Start to do this back bend. You'll feel your shoulders pressing into the ground. One more time like that. Contract the belly. Deep breath in. Through the nose, right? So we breathe through the nose in yoga unless you're instructed to breathe through the mouth. Full exhale through the nose as we tilt the pelvis. And then come to a neutral spine. Take your feet up, coming into happy baby for a second, right? So if you're pretty tight, you might have to pull it down here. Happy baby, your tailbone's reaching for the floor. Just a small, gentle, from side to side motion, just like a happy baby. Give yourself a hug. And when you're ready, make your way up to sit. So you might have to drop to the side and then work your way up. Or if you want to roll it up, a little more core work. And then when you come to sit, I'm going to be facing you, but you'll be facing the front of the mat right here. So coming to sit, let's just kind of take some gentle twists here. I'm going to take that right hand and take it out to the side, and then take that left hand up, looking underneath that left bicep. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and bring it down, and then take that left hand to that right thigh as you take your right hand behind you. Nothing crazy, just a deep breath in, feeling length, and then full exhale, just a gentle twist here. Inhaling and exhaling. Full breath in and full breath out. And then inhale, come to center. We're going to take it to the other side. So left hand comes outside of that left thigh. Right hand comes up and over. That shoulder still reaching towards the ground, right? So you're not lifting that shoulder up. You're pulling it to the ground as you take this nice stretch to the left side. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. And exhale. Coming back to center, we're going to take that right hand to that left thigh. Left hand just comes right behind you. Again, you're not pulling at this point. You should never yank or pull, but inhale. We're just finding length in the torso. Very gentle twists. First twist of the day. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and come back to center. Grab your shins or your knees. Take a deep breath. Roll those shoulders back. Full exhale. And then you're just going to shrug them forward. So you're not collapsing. You're still feeling your belly engage. Inhale. Thread your chest through. So a version of cobra. Full exhale. Or cat-cow would probably be better. Inhale. And full exhale. From here, so I'm going to face how you would be facing right now. You're going to come to your hands and knees. Tap your toes under for stability. So this is a good time to do that check before we start going in downward facing dog. Your wrists lie in line with your shoulders, right? The elbows, the insides of the elbows are looking forward towards the front of the mat. Your fingers are solid, so you're putting more weight in the fingers than you are in the heels of your hands. Knees are hip distance apart, and then they're underneath your hips. Tuck those toes under for stability, right? So shrugging and plugging those shoulders into your shoulder sockets. Deep breath in. We're going to take that left foot out behind us, right? And we're going to breathe here. You're going to feel your belly engaged, but your arms are definitely doing work as well. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Breath 3. Exhale. Remember those full breaths through the body. And then inhale and exhale. Place that knee on the ground. We're going to extend the other leg. Right? So you're extending it. And you're just finding stability. That back leg is working. Your quads are engaged. Your quad is engaged. But that standing leg right here is also working, right? Your belly is engaged. And we're going to take a deep breath in. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and place that knee on the ground. And then come into child's pose. Just taking a few breaths here. Remember, if you ever need a break, this is where you go. From here, we're going to slither forward into our baby cobra, Bhujangasana. So keep your forearms on the ground here as we try to really move our whole body through. And then our elbows are going to lift off the ground. You're going to have to adjust because your thumbs are aligned with your nipples. Shoelace sides of the feet press into the floor. So they're not off the floor. They're pressing, and you're trying to reach your pinky toes for the mat. Elbows are parallel to each other, and you still have your fingers nice and spread here. Pulling those shoulders back, lift your head up off the ground. Taking a deep breath in. Let's take a full exhale. Keep your legs engaged for this. Roll those shoulders back. Those legs are fired up. Inhale. And then full exhale. Let's come on down. Inhale, rolling those shoulders back. And then full exhale. Starting to come into downward facing dog. So I'm tucking my toes under. Moving. I like to move through child's pose a little bit just to give myself length in my torso. Now, if you need blocks, this is what it's going to look like, right? So if you have blocks at home, it gives you an extra lift. Fingers are nice and spread, tucking those toes under, and then we're going to start to straighten your knees as you press away with your hands. So again, the knuckles on the floor or onto your blocks, pressing the mat or the blocks away with your hands. And then we're taking our shoulders and plugging them into our shoulder sockets. Belly is engaged. And then if you need a slight knee bend here, that's fine. You're not locking out your knees. Your feet are hip distance apart. They're parallel to each other. Your heels are trying to reach for the floor, so they're not raised up. You're trying to reach them to the floor. Deep breath here. 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and roll it out to plank position. Right? Drop your knees if needed, wherever you're at with your practice. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Bending your elbows straight back. You're almost brushing your rib cage here as you take your chest and chin to the ground. Inhaling and exhaling. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale and exhale. Untuck your toes. We're coming back into baby cobra. Bhujangasana here. So deep breath in. Feel those pinky toes. Reach for the mat. Exhale. Forward. Forehead comes to the ground. Inhale. Roll your shoulders back. Legs are fired up. Full exhale. Inhale. Roll your shoulders back. And then exhale. Letting those toes under. You can use your blocks here as we come into downward facing dog. Finding length in your torso so it's nice and long. And then straightening those legs. You need to bend them a little deeper. That is fine. Deep breath here. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Bend those knees. Make sure you squeeze all the breath out. You're going to start to walk to the fronts of our mats. All right. Grab opposite elbows. Again, you're always facing the front of your mat, unless you're opening it up. So I'll be facing you sometimes just to show you for demonstration. Just a gentle bend in your knees. And then hang in this kind of ragdoll position. Swing it out. And then reverse the grasp of your elbows, letting your head get heavy as you're reaching your head towards the floor and your torso's just bending over. And hanging in ragdoll, shaking it out. And then start to stack each vertebrae on top of each other. Rolling your shoulders back. Maybe just giving your head just a little bit of a release here. It's been a long week for me, so it's a little gentle movements. Okay, if you're not at the front of your mats already, sometimes we end up in the middle. Step to the front of your mat, and your big toes are touching. So your big toes are touching, the heels are slightly apart, so it's a little pigeon toe. If you need to step it out, right, step it out to hip distance apart, that's totally fine. You can do the practice that way. So big toes are touching, ears are slightly apart. You're going to feel your kneecaps lifting so your quads are engaged. You can feel that by lifting your toes off the ground. So you can feel the four corners of your feet really pressing to the floor evenly, and it automatically engages your legs. So this is the feeling you should be having in Tadasana mountain pose every time we stand at the front of our mats. From here, think about your tailbone reaching to the ground as you start to really lift up and through your belly. And then lift your shoulders on an inhale to your ears and roll them back. Feel the top of your head reaching for the ceiling. Exhaling here. Now gently place your toes on the ground for stability, but keep this really rock solid pose. So we're still moving. Every pose, we're still moving incrementally. You might not be able to see it. So we're not just standing here, locked out. We're still trying to reach the top of our head for the ceiling. We're still really trying to press those feet so far on the floor that they're going to go through and down into my basement, right? Inhale, take your hands up to the sky. Full exhale, we're going to fly those arms down to the floor. Now, you can always use blocks here. Inhale, look up to a flat back. Exhale, you can bend your knees if needed. Full inhale, let's take it back up to the sky. Exhale, coming down to the floor. Inhale, lifting up to a flat back. You can take your hands to your thighs. Exhale, come on down. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, we're going to move on from here, coming down to the ground. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhale, you're going to place your hands on the floor, or you can place them on the blocks. Just step back, coming into this plank position. Drop your knees if needed. Breathing here, deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Breath 3. Exhale. Chest and chin come to the floor. Bottoms up like an inchworm. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. Untuck your toes. Slither through. We're going to hold the baby cobra up here. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Shoelace sides of the feet pressing into the floor. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Tuck your toes under. Coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale here. Exhale. You can always come into child's pose. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Bend the knees, squeeze all the breath out, and step to the front of your mat. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling into the legs. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana, mountain pose. Full inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, flying down to the floor or your blocks. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhale, let's step back. Take position. Advanced yogis, you can always power up wherever you need, right? For the basics, we're going to just drop our knees down. Feel that belly fired up. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Gazes forward. Inhale 3. Exhale. Chest and chin follow here. Elbows tight to the body. Inhaling 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Untuck those toes. Press the shoelace sides of the feet to the floor. Elbows still tight to the body. Inhaling 1. Exhale. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Tucking those toes under. Downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhaling. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhale 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Bend the knees, squeezing all the breath out, and then stepping slowly to the front of your mat. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling into the legs. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Exhale, Tadasana. Do one more round like that. Inhale, circling your arms up to the sky, just reaching up as your elbows drop down to the ground. Full exhale, coming down to your blocks or to the floor. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhale, step it back to a plank position or dropping your knees to the floor. Staying here, inhaling, exhaling 1. Inhale, really use your whole body in this pose. Exhaling 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Elbows bending straight to the back of your mat as you drop your chest and chin to the floor. Inhale, exhaling 1. Inhale, exhaling 2. Inhale, exhale 3. Untuck the toes. Slithering forward, baby cobra, Chandrasana. Deep breath 1. Exhale, legs are fired up. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Tuck those toes under. Yogi's choice. Baby or child's pose or downward facing dog. So if you're in child's pose, you don't need to tuck your toes. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Fingers are nice and spread. Inhale. Exhale 3. Bending those knees, squeezing all the breath out, and then slowly walking to the front of your mat. Right? Inhaling, coming to a flat back. Exhaling down to the legs. Inhale, circle your arms up to the sky. Sorry, I'm like losing my track. Exhale, down or coming down to Tadasana. Okay, so let's change it up a bit. We're coming to Utkatasana. I was getting a little forward with myself. So Utkatasana, you can keep your feet wide of hip distance if you have it. If you have a little more flexibility, you can take those toes together, heels are just slightly apart. You're going to bend into your knees. So when you're bending in your knees, your tailbone's reaching for the floor, right? Belly firing up here. So you're kind of sitting back on your heels, but you're still feeling the four corners of your feet. So again, the trick to that, lift your toes. See how that feels for you, right? So tailbone reaching for the floor, zipping up through the belly. So we have this nice long torso. We're not trying to finagle that lower back and stick our butts out. We're trying to, so we're not doing this or this. We're trying to keep that tailbone reaching towards the floor, keeping that torso nice and long by firing up the belly, dropping those shoulders down, and if you have it, taking your arms up to the sky. Inhale. You can put your toes on the ground for stability. Exhaling 1. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. And exhale. We're going to straighten our knees as we dive down to the floor. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. And then exhale, stepping back. Plank position or knees are down. Inhale, exhale. If your knees are not down already, drop them to the floor and chest and chin follow. Inhale, a little bhujangasana here, so moving just a little bit faster. Full exhale as we come down, downward facing dog. Inhale, we're going to take that right foot up to the sky. Okay. Exhale, we're going to take that knee towards the front of the mat and step that foot between the hands. Now, if you find your foot back here, grab the back of that calf, lift that foot up, and pull it forward. So, go ahead and drop that back knee, and then roll your shoulders back. Keep that back foot tucked. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. Go ahead and lift that knee off the floor. You need to use blocks for stability. It's a great place to use it. Fire up that belly, and then you're going to take that back foot down at a 45-degree angle. Back edge of that back foot is reaching into the ground. Like you have a $100 bill that you're trying to keep there, right? So you're going to feel equal weight as we start to work our way up into Warrior 1. So even weight on both feet. You're trying to press the mat away with that front foot and keep it anchored with that back. Knee is over the second and third toes of that front foot at a 90-degree angle. Your hips are trying to face the front of your mat like headlights, and you're rolling your shoulders back as you take your hands up to the sky. So everything's active. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. Go ahead and then move those blocks if needed. We're going to step back. And yogi's choice. You can come back into downward facing dog here. If you want to take an extra flow for a little more of a vigorous practice, that's up to you. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. Everybody stay in downward facing dog. I'm going to just change sides so you can see me. So you're still facing the front of your mat. This time you're going to lift the left leg up to the sky. Start to slowly take that knee towards your chest as you try to place that foot between your hands. Again, back here, grab the back of the calf, lift it forward. From here, we're going to go ahead and drop that back knee and then keep those toes tucked under, so you want a little stability there. Keep rolling those shoulders back. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. I always leave my blocks at the front. Inhale 3. Exhale. So it's a great place to use the blocks, right? Lift that back knee. We're going to take that back foot in at a 45-degree angle. $100 bill on the back edge, underneath the back edge of that back foot. So we're trying to keep it there before somebody gets it. Front foot, all four corners, taking the weight. So we're going to feel equal weight on both feet here. So we're going to keep this equal weight as we just start to come up from the hips, right? Nothing changes with our legs. Knees over the second and third toes of that front foot. Arms are lifted 90-degree angle. So keep dropping your shoulders. Shoulders are not up in your ears. You're dropping them. But your hands are reaching for the sky. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Breath 3. Exhale. Go ahead and take your hands to the floor. Yogi's choice. You can step back into downward facing dog or child's pose, or if you want to take the flow, and it's going to be the knees, chest, and chin. Inhaling, baby cobra, right? Full breath in. Full exhale. We all join up in downward facing dog or child's pose. Inhale. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Bend your knees, squeeze all the breath out, and then walk to the front of your mats. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling into the legs. Bend your knees. Really start to feel your four corners taking the weight. Circling your arms up to the sky, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. So let's move on. I'm going to keep adding on here, right? Bending your knees, circling your arms up to the sky, coming up into Utkatasana. Full exhale, so just moving just a little faster as we come on down to the ground. Inhale, looking up to a flat back, hands can come to the thighs. Exhale, we're going to step back into a plank position. Exhale here. Deep breath in as we drop our knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Exhale here. Slithering through, deep breath in, baby cobra. Everything's working. Full exhale, downward facing dog. Again, these are just guidelines. Come back into child's pose and downward facing dog. Skip that flow and join up wherever you're ready. Deep breath in. You're going to take that right foot up to the sky. So when we lift that right foot, we're not cracking our hips open. We're keeping our hips even. That back foot is flexed because you're keeping that leg active. Let's start to take that knee towards your nose and place that foot between the hands. Drop that back knee. Inhale. Roll those shoulders back. Exhale. Place your hand on blocks or on the floor as we take that back foot at a 45-degree angle and then lift into our warrior 1. Deep breath here. Full exhale. We're going to open it up into warrior 2. So it's almost as if we're between two plates of glass, right? We're very two-dimensional. Knee is over that second and third toe still. You're still anchoring that $100 bill on that back foot, right? So you're trying to rip the mat apart with both feet. So they're going in opposite directions. Legs are solid, still zipping up through the belly. Relaxing the shoulders, but reaching towards each end of the mat, right? Gaze is over that middle finger. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. We're going to take a block here if you have it. If not, you can take your forearm to your thigh and then come into Parsvakonasana here by reaching that shoulder towards the back foot, but taking the left fingertips towards the right side. You're not slamming your ear into your shoulder. You're trying to press each other away, right? So it's very solid, and you're twisting for the belly as that back foot anchors you down. Or you can take a block. Wherever you're at, breath 1. Exhale. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Inhale 3. Exhale. Go ahead and take your hands to the ground. Flip that back heel up. Yogi's choice. You can take the flow or meet in downward facing dog. If you're taking the flow, exhaling the knees, chest, and chin towards the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, downward facing dog. Taking a few breaths here, staying here as I change sides. So deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhaling 2. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Next breath in, we're taking that left foot up to the sky. Full exhale, we're moving that foot between the hands. Dropping that back that knee, rolling the shoulders back, looking up for a second here. Exhale, lifting that knee, and then taking that foot to the ground. Finding your solid stance as we move it up into warrior one. Right? So nothing changes with the legs. We're just opening up from the torso into warrior two. Doing a check here. $100 bill still under that foot. Right? Knee is over the second and third toes of that front foot at a 90-degree angle. Reaching for opposite sides of the room as we relax in our shoulders. Belly engaged. Gaze over this middle finger of that front hand. Inhale. Exhaling one. Inhale. Exhaling two. Bend a little deeper in that front knee. Inhale. Exhaling three. Grab a block here. So we're going to move forward. So we're moving our torso as forward as we can get. Forearm comes to that front thigh. Back arm comes up and over. Or if you have a block, by that left edge of that left foot, coming up and over. Deep breath one. Exhale. Anchored on that back foot. Inhaling two. Exhale. Inhale three. Exhale. Hands come to the ground. Stepping back. Flow if you like. That means dropping your knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhaling for a baby cobra here. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Inhale. Exhaling one. Inhale. Exhaling two. Inhale. Exhale three. Bend your knees. Make sure all the breath is squeezed out. And then walk to the front of your mats. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling into the legs. Bend your knees, circling your arms up. Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. So just adding on just a little bit more, right? Prepping for some balancing. Go ahead and bend your knees, circling your arms up to the sky. Utkatasana. So let's just do a little bit of a balance here, right? Let's just bend into those knees, but we're just taking that right foot up off the ground. We're not hiking that hip. We're just lifting from the knee. We're taking our knee up, right? And we're keeping our hips even. You're finding a focal point. You're going to feel your belly engage here. Flex that lifted foot so you can feel that leg engage, right? Deep breath one. Exhale. Deep breath two. Exhale. Deep breath three. Exhale. Go ahead and straighten both knees. Start to wiggle it out. And then bend. Coming back into Utkatasana. And then shifting the weight to that right foot this time. And we're just lifting. It's not hiking up the hips. It's lifting from that hip crease, right? And bending that knee, keeping that knee bent, flexing that foot. Inhaling, exhaling one. Inhale, exhaling two. Inhale, exhale three. Go ahead and place that foot on the floor. And then coming up and over, diving to the floor. Inhale, looking up to a flat back. Exhale, stepping it back to wherever you're at in your practice. If you want to take the flow, drop your knees, chest, and chin to the ground. Inhale, baby cobra. Exhale, everybody needs a downward facing dog. Inhale, take that right foot up to the sky. Full exhale, we're taking our knee to our chest, placing that foot between the hands. Dropping that back knee, rolling those shoulders back. Inhaling here. And then exhale, moving into warrior one. On your next inhale, you're going to fly open to the sky. Full exhale brings you to warrior two. So just move it a little faster. Inhale, reaching forward. And then taking that front forearm to the thigh, or taking that hand to a block to the outside of that foot. Inhale here. Nothing changes. We're just going to start to move our hand up to the sky again. We're going to straighten out that front foot. So still anchored in both feet. We can take a block here to the outside. So we're rotating again from the belly. Our hips are stacked on each other. Still holding down that $100 bill, right? You can take your hand to your shin or your thigh, right? You want to open it up into this two-dimensional pose. Deep breath one. Exhale, gazes towards the sky. Inhaling two. Exhale, if it's hard on your neck, you can look down. Inhaling three. Exhale, bend into that front knee, coming back into that warrior two. Inhale here. Exhale, hands come to the floor. And we're coming back. If you want to take that flow, it's up to you. Flow would be knees, chest, and chin. Inhaling, baby cobra. Exhaling, downward facing dog. Right? Taking a few breaths here. You're staying here in downward facing dog because I switch sides so I can show you. On the next inhale, we're going to take that left foot up to the sky. Full exhale. What comes between the hands? Dropping that back knee, rolling those shoulders back. Inhale. Go ahead and take that back foot to the sky, ground. Exhaling here, lining it up. Inhale, bursting it open into warrior one. Full exhale, coming into warrior two. Inhale, reach forward for whatever makes sense. If you have a block, great. Or rotate with your thigh and your forearm. Inhaling here and exhale. Nothing changes. We're just taking that hand up to the sky, straightening into that front knee, using a block for stability, or your shin or your thigh. This is a light touch, right? We're not slamming into it and putting our weight on it. Inhale. Exhaling one. Inhale. Exhaling two. Inhale. Exhale three. Bend into that front knee. Coming up into warrior two. Inhale. Exhale, yogi's choice. Inhale here. Exhale, knees, chest, and chin. Inhale, baby cobra, bhujangasana. Exhale, downward facing dog. Adho Mukha Svanasana. Inhale. Exhaling one. Inhale. Exhaling two. Inhale. Exhale three. Bend your knees, squeeze all the breath out, and then just walk to the front of your mats. Inhaling, looking up to a flat back. Exhaling the legs. Bend those knees, circle your arms up to the sky, Utkatasana. Exhale, Tadasana. So, catch your breath for a second, right? We're going to work on Ardha Chandrasana. So, what that looks like, if you're in a yoga class and you don't have walls or blocks or anything, it's going to look like this. So just take a break, take a drink of water, and I'll show you what Ardha Chandrasana is going to look like. I usually start out in either Parsvakonasana, so that's an extended side angle, or I might be in warrior two, right? So they're going to tell you to reach forward and take your fingertips to the ground about 6 inches in front of that baby toe and just to the outside of it. Again, we're all built differently, so it depends on how you're built to find your stance. So what's going to happen if you see, well, the full expression of this pose is going to look like this, right? My hips are stacked on top of each other, so it's not moving down, it's opening up into this two-dimensional pose, right? My hand is reaching for the ground, my shoulders are in line with each other. That back foot is not just hanging there, that's going to give you more work to do and to put you off balance. It's exploding and reaching for the back of the mat. Now, of course, you're going to feel this in that leg. What's really keeping you balanced? Your core. It's always core. Right, so let's break it down. Have a wall here, right? So what's going to happen is I'm going to anchor, and my foot is flat on the ground. Then I take that warrior foot and then put it that back edge to the edge of that wall. So it's going to anchor me down, right? I kind of wanted to show you a different version, but this one is a good one too. So it's going to look, I hope everybody can see me. It's going to look like I'm anchoring my foot onto the back edge of the back foot there. So you feel solid in that back foot. Your stance is going to be a little bit shorter than what you would normally have for extended side angle or a warrior pose. So you're going to come in and you're going to find that Parsvakonasana again, right? So then, if you have a block, that's great. It's going to, or some books or something. Also, a chair would work. You can put your arm on it, right? So whatever you have handy, the house has a lot that you can use. You're going to come from here and take that right hand to that right hip. And then you're going to find your rotation. Now you can look at the ground. Sometimes that gaze up is just the cherry on the top, right? And from here, using that wall, this is a great tool where you can start to climb that back foot up for stability. You see where I'm at? I don't really have a good wall here. As you straighten on that front leg. So what happens here is you're standing. So I always use that visual. Stand as if you're standing on that back wall. I'm literally standing on that back wall, and I'm extending that leg so you can feel it working. I'm able to find stability here and find my hips in line with each other. As I open it up, so everything is working and you'll feel your whole body working, right? So go ahead, if you have a wall handy, fine. Either way, you could do it in the middle of your mat. So I'll start that again. Everybody's going to either anchor their back foot down. We're coming into Ardha Chandrasana. So if you're in the mat, we're right here. Okay. Ardha Chandrasana. From here, you're going to take your fingertips to the ground, about 6 inches in front of that baby toe and to the side, or to a block, same type of area. Okay? From here, you're going to make sure that knees over the second and third toe, but I got to shorten my stance a little bit, sorry guys. You're going to start to take that back foot off the ground, and then maybe place it against a wall if you have a handy wall. As you straighten that front knee, you start to put that foot up just a little bit further. And then when you feel anchored, you're going to make sure those hips are stacked on top of each other. We're going to stay here for 5 breaths. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Make sure your core is working. Inhaling 3. Exhale. Inhaling 4. Exhale. Inhaling 5. Exhale. Slowly bending that front knee and start to come back down wherever you're at, gracefully. Coming back into Ardha Chandrasana for just a second. Coming into the shortened warrior 2 stance. And then stepping away, shaking out. It's hot here today, but the leg work is a lot of work. Even moving this slow, it's a lot. So I'm starting to sweat, right? So I don't really have a handy wall on this side, but we will reverse sides. So your back might be to me, or else you are going to find another wall in your house. Wherever you're at, let's do it on the reverse side. So I'm coming onto my right side, so whatever is the opposite for you. Coming back into this warrior 2, so this is what it's going to look like in the middle of the room. I'm going to reach forward. I'm coming to my Ardha Chandrasana for just a second, right? Finding my stability, taking that arm up to the sky. I have a block, fine. Not taking my fingertips to the ground. And then I'm going to slowly come up. You can take your hands to your hip first, so you're not distracted with the arm. But if you're here in the middle of your mat, you're going to make sure your hips are stacked on top of each other, right? Back leg working like crazy. Front, standing leg also working. Core keeping you balanced. If you've got the arm, you can take the arm. If you have the gaze, cherry on top. Inhaling. Exhaling 1. Inhale. Exhaling 2. Inhale. Exhale 3. Inhale. Exhale 4. Inhale. Exhale 5. If you're in the middle of the room, gracefully, might be a wobbly. Come into warrior 2. And then exhale, go ahead and straighten, and then let's shake it out. Right? It's a nice way to practice. Getting a nice way to warm yourself up really quick. Let's just come into a squat here for a second. Kind of release our hamstrings and our quads. So if this is a struggle, handy towel, and put your heels on top of it. And then come down, depending on how my towel might not be large enough. Or you can roll the front of the mat and do the same concept. Right? So find your squats. It's going to be probably about almost a little bit mat distance, not hip distance apart. Let's just hang out here for a second. So this is really hard, especially for Westerners to do, because we're sitting in chairs and stuff all the time. We've lost our ability to squat like this, right? Breathe breathing here, taking your hands together and using your elbows to kind of wedge yourself into this pose, breathing deep. Another fun balance. You want to just take it out like this. Just feel it here. Maybe lift your bottom just a little bit. You'll feel your quads working more here. And then exhale, take your hands behind you, and then come down to sit. All right, let's just do a little bit more. So with that balance, even if you're in the pose, you don't just stay steady. You're still moving incrementally. The back leg is still moving, trying to really press further into the wall. Your standing leg's really trying to get through that floor. You're still moving. We might not see you, right? So it's never ending. Like you're not just in a pose and you just hold it. You're still trying to perfect it. Okay? So core. Everybody probably gets sick of me hearing about core, like talking about core all the time. So. But it's very important, right? So let's just do some crunches here. Actually, we're going to do this in goddess. So our feet are together here. So it automatically raises, takes your tailbone and just kind of gives it a little lift, right? Contract your belly as we do this. Take your fingertips, actually take your hands out in front of you, like this. So you're not going to get as much movement as a regular crunch. We're going to take a deep breath in and roll our head and shoulders up off the floor and reach forward towards our feet. Full exhale. With control, take it back. Inhale. Roll it up. Exhale. Roll it back. Inhale. Roll it up. Exhale. Roll it back. Inhale. And exhale. Go ahead and relax. You need to straighten your legs. Go ahead and straighten your legs. Just do one more round of that. Hands together. We're going to try to reach towards our feet. So we're going to take our head and shoulders with control. Our belly's contracted. We're reaching forward. Keep that belly contracted as you're using it to take you down to the ground. Inhale, move it forward. Full exhale, move it back. Inhale, 3. Exhale, down. Inhale, 4. Exhale, down. Inhale, 5. Exhale, down. Go ahead and relax. You can take your legs out. Take your legs out. So we'll do a gentle back bend here. We're going to prop ourselves up. We've done this before, right? Like we're going to the beach. Forearms are beside you. It's usually a counter pose to shoulder stand, but it should be a nice back bend. I'm going to take the very top of our head, not the back of our head or the forehead, just the very center top of our head, and take that down towards the floor as we start to inch our forearms towards our feet. Okay? So you're going to sit here and you're going to be able to take some really nice long breaths in. Deep breath 1, point your toes. Exhale. 2. Exhale. 3. Exhale. We'll take 8 breaths. 4. Exhale. Legs are working. Deep breath 5. Exhale. Deep breath 6. Exhale. 7. Exhale. Breath 8. Exhale. Now you might be thinking, how the heck am I going to get out of this? So we're going to reverse it. We're going to start to inch our forearms behind us until we feel a firm stance underneath so that we can lift our head and then gently come down to the ground. If that is a question I did get asked, how do I get out? It's a little scary. So from here, just go ahead and just move your ankles, so your feet back and forth like windshield wipers. Release everything. We'll do a half baby pose here. So go ahead and you can take that left foot to the ground for stability. And feel your lower back reach for the floor. And you're going to pull your knee towards your chest to grab that right foot. Take a deep breath here. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Keep flexing that foot. Exhale. Breath 3. Exhale. Deep breath 4. Exhale. Breath 5. Exhale. Go ahead and place that foot down on the ground. And then take that left foot up. Half happy baby. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Breath 3. Exhale. Breath 4. Exhale. Deep breath 5. Exhale. So go ahead and place that foot on the ground. Take that right knee. Extend that left leg so you can really feel the opposite direction that your knee is pulling towards your chest. Your hips are even on the ground, but flex that left foot. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Breath 3. Exhale. Breath 4. Exhale. Breath 5. Exhale. Keep that knee bent towards your chest, and then take that left foot down on the ground again. You're going to come into this hip opener by taking your ankle over that left thigh, and you can stay here. This might be for you today. If you want to get a little deeper, you're going to lift both legs towards you. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. 4. Exhale. Deep breath 5. Exhale. Go ahead and place that foot back on the ground. And then take the right foot to the floor. And then we're going to extend. I don't think we did this. We've got a short memory all of a sudden. We're going to take that left leg, that left knee towards our chest. We're extending that right leg. We're flexing both feet, keeping the hips even on the floor. Breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. The lizard is going to make his way up. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. Breath 4. Exhale. Deep breath 5. Exhale. Go ahead and keep that knee to your chest. Place that right foot on the ground. Opening up your hips, right? We can stay here, or if you want to move on, you're lifting both legs towards you for a deeper hip opener. Breath 1. Exhale. Deep breath 2. Exhale. Deep breath 3. Exhale. Deep breath 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. Place both feet on the ground. Keep that left foot on the ground as we start to extend that right leg up to the sky. You can use a strap or a towel here. I always use my towels, but I'll use a strap this time. You can use whatever you have handy to just, give yourself a little bit of stability, maybe to get a little deeper in that stretch, right? So if you have to keep both hips on the ground, keep that extended leg flexed. And if you want, you can start to move your leg towards you to get deeper into that hamstring stretch, or you can grab your shin or thigh to move that leg towards you. Deep breath 1, exhale. Breath 2, exhale. Deep breath 3, exhale. Breath 4, exhale. 5, exhale. Gently let it go. Be very gentle. Sometimes it might feel a little extreme with your hamstring openings. Place that foot on the floor. And then we're going to extend the left leg. And then have a strap or a towel, or if you want to grab your shin or your thigh. Wherever you're at, keep your hips on the floor. Keep moving that shin towards your forehead. Deep breath 1. Exhale. Inhale 2. Exhale. Flexing that foot. Inhale at 3. Exhale. Inhale at 4. Exhale. 5. Exhale. Go ahead and release. Hug both knees to your chest. Really squeeze everything. Activate. Take
Take a deep breath in and then exhale. Let it go. Coming into corpse pose into Shavasana. Like we started the class. We're going to be deeper into this Shavasana. Feel the difference. How this felt at the beginning. How your body and breath feels now. Keep your eyes closed, and we're going to stay here for a couple of minutes. And I will guide you out as we wrap up the class. Start to breathe deeper. Back into your bodies. Feel your tips. Feel your toes. Start to circle your ankles in one direction and your wrists. When you're ready, press the direction. Take a deep breath in and extend your arms and legs like we did at the beginning of the class. Length through your whole body. And then exhale, give yourself a big hug. Grabbing your knees to your chest. When you're ready, you're going to roll to the right, relaxation throughout the day, or to the left. More energizing energy of the day. Keep your eyes closed as you work your way up to sit. Finding solidity, your seated position. If you need a block or a towel, so open up your knees, open up your hips a little bit further. It's a great place. Take your hands together at your chest. Your thumbs to your forehead, to your lips, back down to your chest. Thanks for joining me today. Namaste. Bow forward, seal. Thanks, everyone. Go ahead and let me know. You can turn your chat and audio back on. And if you have any questions, just let me know.